You have it. Okay. See if I can get into this main one, and we're gonna have to sell something. Unfortunately, I haven't found any flour.
Welcome to the Museum of the Horns of the South, the southernmost keep under Camelot's jurisdiction. My name is Ridderick, and I will be happy to introduce you to the rich history of this fascinating place. A history that began 623 years ago, with the first keeper, Sewell Firstfoot. I'd also like to bring your attention to our numerous exhibits that are, as I like to say, inanimate witnesses of the history of the Horns of the South.
I'd like to ask about seagulls. Do you know what they're afraid of?
I have to admit that local fauna is not one of my main areas of interest, but I do know the answer to this question, as it is rooted in the history of the Horns of the South. It used to be the case that a significant part of the daily catch was gobbled up by our troublesome coastal neighbors. So the keepers of that time found a very peculiar way to deal with the problem.
Continue.
Some of them, called the seagullers, scared off the coastal birds using specially constructed masks. They made them from feathers and pieces of tanned pigskin sewn together. The reason the gulls avoided these masks is unclear, but perhaps their peculiar shape reminded them of a natural predator?
Okay, so I got the mask recipe. Here. I know we're getting late tonight. Yeah, we're just gonna have to sell all of our goods.
You? Ah, shit. Another mouth to feed. Teargas must have been off his rocker if he thinks I can feed everyone with the little he gives me. I'm serious. If we don't open the keep soon, we'll have to start eating rats. Not that I can't cook them in a way that makes you think it's chicken.
Teach me some recipes?
Oh, this is new. Maybe we'll get along after all. The dimwits here never want to learn. Only eat.
You're always this angry?
It's a good thing you didn't start with calm down, or I'd have shoved my cleaver up your arse. Yeah, I'm pissed off. Because our gracious sovereigns recently decided to let in a bunch of refugees from the villages. They say they're running from the weirdness, but who knows, really? So now I have even more hungry mouths to feed. And since the captain ordered the letdown of our keep, the supplies are dwindling a lot faster than I'd like. Of course, I can make you 1,000 different dishes based on fish and grouts. But come on, even the keepers need some variety in their lives.
I can go outside the walls. Do you need anything specific?
Well, wow, an adventurer, are you? Ah, I'm good for now. But if you find something interesting, you can drop it off here. And, as a sign of goodwill, I'll allow you free reign of my kitchen. If you need to cook something, go ahead.
Get flour. You do. I'm gonna buy that. And let's just... sell. I mean, I don't know what else. Well, let's see what I need to make. Can make the guy's pie. Mom's pie. Okay. Oh wait, in his shop, did he have recipes I could buy? Yeah. Culinary Madness with Rumpelt volumes. Wait, it's readable though. I'm gonna buy him and look at him. Drop it. Everyone is born with perfect taste buds. Pick it up. Oh, take. Yeah. I think I learned the recipes from that. Yeah. Cabbage rolls and simple. We're gonna just make everything. Get my cooking raised up. Maybe this will help. Yeah, we're underweight. You buy some of these meals because there's no way in hell I'm gonna eat all these. Maybe try to keep some of them that have like 20 some health regen. Anything below that, sell. Okay, I got rid of some of this stuff. Wait, red cap? I can eat its hat? Okay, already learned those. Where's my weight? 109. I don't have very much for alchemy, so I don't know. So we gotta make a mask. I don't know where I make. Maybe at the blacksmith place. Try to make that quick. Give this guy his pie. That.
Oi, friend. A question. Do you know why people always stop and watch a blacksmith at work? Because he's riveting. It's good to see a new face in this sad hole. Oh, of course, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Osbreed, the local master of hammers and anvils. Do you need your blades sharpened?
Do you get many visitors? Or you don't?
Not really. Especially since we went into a lockdown a while ago. People used to come and go. Now and then a ship would make a stop at the village below, but nobody's really come around since. Well, since the entire shit show that's going down everywhere. Now that I think of it, you're the first they've let in. What'd you do? Who did you bribe?
I have a pin.
Oh, so you have friends in Camelot. Good for you.
Yes. They recognize
Of course I do. Those pins are peak craftsmanship, and very rare at that. We only gave them out on Camelot's orders. But when I look at you, well, it's pretty obvious you wouldn't be able to beat a knight.
Get out of
And even
jail?
if you found one already dead, you'd sooner nick his armor than a pin you knew nothing about.
Congratulations.
Either way, good for you.
You mentioned you're in lockdown.
Yeah. After we lost 2 squads trying to take back the All-Mother's Temple from the Dalrita, our captain decided that nobody leaves the Horns. Then, he shut himself in his office, without leaving us any orders. Virgus is trying to keep the lads occupied, but... just look around. Half of the people here are losing their minds, and the rest are losing their wages on drink.
So there's a shit show going down everywhere. What do you mean?
Sometimes I wonder, how many things can go wrong at the same time? They say that misery loves company, but here, it's like we've done something to anger the gods, and they're taking their sweet revenge. First, started hearing that the weirdness was spreading near Grubwood. Soon after that, we saw waves of bandits approaching from there. Desperate people. They took a lot of our territory. Then, the Dalrita tribes took over the All-Mother's Temple. And after that, the supply chains from Camelot collapsed for some reason. And so on and so forth. We're in quite a pickle, my friend. We've started betting on what's going to happen next. Sea monsters? Who knows?
Weirdness started spreading near Grubward?
Yes. That damn forest north of here was already cursed and creepy. But now, I've heard it's an entirely different level of crazy. They say that some men here started going dark up north. With that, the weirdness started moving. And when the weirdness gets here, well, we're fucked. But you know that. Every child has heard the stories.
I just arrived here. Who are the banished?
Desperate people, that's who. When villages started dying out, due to the weirdness, or hunger, or bandit raids, who do you think took over? The people who had nothing to lose. They banded together and started raiding whatever was left. Then they turned to killing each other. They're like rabid wolves. Too bad they're here now, too.
The Rada took over the Allmother's temple.
That's... I don't know. It's hard to explain. They kept to themselves, perched in the mountains near the Forlorn Swords. But then something happened, and suddenly we saw ships arriving near our eastern shores. A couple days later, the tribes took over. One good thing is that the bandits aren't up to fighting with them. One bad thing, we aren't either.
Yeah, anything positive going on?
I heard that dew fell down the stairs and didn't break a single bone. So that's a start. Other than that, no. I can't think of anything.
Pretty bad. Do you have any work for me?
Ha! Friend, I wish. But the only task I could use help with might be a bit too delicate for you to handle. But unless you're a master goldsmith, then feel free to prove it. And I'll have work for you immediately. There's just not enough of them to go around. And now that we're on lockdown, there's not much demand for my services either. Ever since we lost our great mine, I've been working with scraps sent over here from Camelot.
Must be something I can help you out with.
Now that I think of it, I might have a task for you. You seem like the kind of person who could wander around this damned island with no fear of getting stabbed by some bandit, right? You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I'm so bored here. So bored. It would be nice to work on something other than Keeper's Blades again.
What do you need?
If you happen to wander near the Forgotten Cemetery, keep your eyes open for any old relics. Bring them back, and I might be able to come up with something special for your weapons. Magical, I mean. Shh. It's one of those things that everybody knows about, but nobody talks about openly, you see. I've learned how to infuse weapons and armor with certain powers.
Nice.
It's a family secret passed down from my grandfather, but it's based on ancient druidic magic. It's not something you'd want to advertise here. Not with all those Camelot banners hanging around.
Anything else?
Well, if you're not up for hunting for magical artifacts, you could always bring me some upgrade materials. They can work wonders on your weapons.
We're gonna find them.
They had a decent
crap.
workshop there, and I'm sure the bandits didn't loot at all. Not with all those monsters creeping around.
What happened to your mine?
Which one? Because we had two. Both shut down, unfortunately.
When you mentioned the Great Mine?
Well, that's a good question. But I'm afraid I don't have an answer for you. One day we received an order to set off explosives at the entrance. Some keepers protested. They were asking about the miners inside. But the higher-ups decided to go ahead. They buried the miners alive. Maybe it was for the best, to be honest. The people who worked there was something wrong with them. And the iron they brought out of the mine, there was something wrong with that, too.
Wrong with the iron?
Well, at first, the workers were terrified. They kept telling stories about whispers in the dark and that kind of thing. Then they started saying that when they were mining the ore, well, it seemed to be singing to them. We all assumed they were just overworked. You know, not getting enough sunlight or fresh air. But it was more than that. Things got worse. Some of them went mad. I've heard horrible stories about those miners from my friends who were stationed at the East Gate. The captain had no choice but to hang them all. If you were anywhere close to the East Gate, you must have seen the Blood Lake. That's where the miners' blood went. At least that's what the stories say.
Why would
All I know is that ever since they sealed off that mine, there haven't been any more monsters creeping out of it. That makes me happy. Simple pleasures in life, you know.
the other mine?
Oh, nothing special about that one. You can see for yourself. Its entrance is at the beach near the East Gate. With the materials mostly depleted, it made no sense to dig there anymore. We did get some solid iron from there, but that was when I was still young.
Shop. Now, do you have a pickaxe?
Do
That's very heavy, though. These recipes? Might bite a pickaxe. Man, that sucks. How much heavy it is. Two-handed. Everything is two-handed. Maybe I'll hold off on that pickaxe. Iron arrow recipe, wood arrow. Okay, so I can make arrows now. Thing. All right, here we go. So wood just makes my arrows. Okay. Okay, so we got here your mask, and we'll give the person this pie, and that's what we'll call it night.
There you are! Finally! Do you have what I need?
There you go.
This mask? Are you sure? Ah, whatever, sod it. Now they'll get what's coming to them. Damn the rascals. You can go now.
I helped you with the beast, if I remember.
All right, here. 10 gold pieces will have to be enough for you. That's all I have.
All right.
Then we're done here. Now get lost. I'm on duty.
I was hoping a bird would shit on him. It's there. Great. Okay, so here's the map. I haven't even looked at the map yet. So I can fast travel here. Get another quest at Blood Lake. Excalibur. Upgrade materials. So I guess fast travel is the try stuff. Okay. And then I only looked at like this part of the island. Okay. I could fast travel here to Blood Lake. Cemetery. Did I sell his pie? Oh my god, you're gonna be kidding me, right? I sold his pie. Okay, stocks. There before? Is it this person? Him I sold the pie to? Yeah. Okay. All right. That was giving us mom's pie.
Yes. Still tastes like shit. Exactly how my mother would make it. It's just what I needed.
What?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I really appreciate what you did for me. It's just that every time I doubt my service in the Horns of the South, I need a reminder of why I enlisted.
Mother wasn't much of a cook.
My mother wasn't much of anything, to tell the truth. She always said I was good for nothing and that I should be glad she even kept me. And every day she'd bring back home a new uncle. Many of those uncles liked to kick me out of my own house when they were drinking and getting busy. Then, when she'd sober up and got rid of an uncle, she'd bake me that pie as an apology. It always tasted like shit. If the other villagers hadn't been feeding me, I would have starved to death. Hence the pie.
I have a new family.
Yeah, I do. So, despite the shitty weather and the world being on the verge of collapse, there's still nowhere else I'd rather be.
All right. Nice. Where are we at here? Did I level up? I did. I think it's strength. Get better armor or damage. Reduce the stamp costs, yeah, for attacks and blocking. Though endurance does help me with my carry weight, also gives me more health and stamina. I have no idea what the max level is in this game. Not like I can get to it now. Point in strength. I do like stamina surge. Though I could do carry weight right here, plus 25. And I might do that. Shooting him in the head deals 50 point. Okay, so it does shoot him in the head makes a difference. 50% more damage is kind of awesome. Weapons ignore 10% of enemies' armor. For a short time after dodging, reduce 50% of the damage is nice. Oh, arrow retrieval. Food heals more. One additional resource per plant. Nice crouching. 50% less chance of destroying lockpick. Crit deals 50% more damage. That's nice. Spells deal 10% damage. After killing an enemy, restore 10% of your max mana. Increase your magic resistance. Man, I do the carry limit. I like a lot of these. I like a lot of them. Carry limit. But stamina surge, I think I'm gonna go that route. It just says weapons ignore. So I'm assuming that's every weapon ignores 10% of the enemy's armor? That's kind of nice. Shooting an arrow does 10 or 50% more damage. Shoot him in the head. That is nice. Cover arrows is nice. So I don't know if I put point. I don't know how much I'm going into arrows. So I might use that for some of my ranged. Critical strike one is really nice. A lot of quests. Well, if I found Beatrice. Oh, maybe she's in the... Maybe I can't get to her yet. Okay. That was a lot. Sunken village. Yeah, and I think we might have to go here. Probably was what we'll start. So on Sunday, we'll continue. Yeah, I think Blood Lake might be a good, easy one to go to. This one we got to give a medicine. Go to the village since we're here. Looks like there's going to be a lot to explore. These lands shall be unraveled at a later date. Fate of time doth it. Yeah, I believe I started here, right? Fantastic. All right. Well, I'm going to end it here. I just like to thank everybody for spending some time here. I know it's running a little late. I'm enjoying it. You know, I'm loving the game so far. And yeah, just like everybody for spending some time here. If you did enjoy this, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe. Or if you're on Twitch, give me a follow. I'll see you.